Hey YouTube, how's it going? I'm back with another unboxing video and a short review. I just received this today. It is the Imaginarium Art's G1 Legacy of Cybertron Jazz. And I think this is kind of, for me, the only jazz that should exist. Not the Michael Bay jazz where he was a Pontiac, he should be a Porsche. A 935 and Martini racing Porsche, in fact. So when Imaginarium Arts released this, I knew that I had to get this. Even though it's 1/6 scale, I'm used to collecting 1/4 scale, but that was the only option. There's no 1/4 scale G1 jazzes out there. So, until there is, then I might sell this and get that one. But for now, I think this one will satisfy me till then. So let's get this unboxing going, shall we? So what's nice about Big Bad Toy Store is they not only ship it in the brown shipper that Imaginarium Arts ships it in, but they also put it in their own brown shipper for double protection. And there's also all this nice quality bubble wrap, a good thank you card. Little postcard from them too. Yeah, this is the Imaginarium Arts box that it comes in. Imaginarium Arts. They even put these plastic corner protectors, so it's great. I'm not sure if Imaginarium Arts did this or Big Bad Toy Store did this, but either way, it's awesome. So basically my brown shipper is in perfect condition. Not that that kind of stuff matters to me. I know to some collectors it does. But for me, the brown shipper is to protect what's inside, so if it gets damaged, then it's no problem for me. So, here it is. This is the box inside the brown shipper. It's black and white. You can see here, Transformers, the Legacy of Cybertron. It shows Jazz here, Autobot. The Autobot symbol on that side. Autobot symbol on that side, Transformers on this side, and a nice touch is this, the power graph, where, remember when we were kids, we put that little red reader over it so you could see the blue with the red, I guess, kind of to decode it. I thought that was great when I was growing up as a kid. Yeah, looks good to me. The box is in perfect condition. Let's start opening this, shall we? Very nice. These were only limited to about 500. This one also has the exclusive grappling hook. Bring the camera over so you guys can see what I'm seeing. So that's the front of the box there, or the side. And not sure if many people know, but Jazz was actually the right-hand man to Optimus. I guess all the movies make it kind of look like it's a Bumblebee or whatnot, but it was Jazz. Who wouldn't want a Porsche to be their right-hand guy, right? So, I already moved some of these off there, but that's the grappling hook there. If we lift, this is kind of a nice touch. Oh, that looks like the door. Taking out some pieces here, bear with me. Very, very well, nicely packed. All these things to stop it even from shaking inside its own cutout area here. Oh yeah, okay, that looks like that just broke. That's not good. Well, actually, I'm not sure if it broke or it just inserts in, so No, it inserts in, I think, and you know, even if it did break, you know, I'm not too concerned about it because I can just drop a little bit of glue in it, but that still kind of sucks. Yeah, maybe it does supposed to slide in there. But, you know, I will figure that out later. All right. I'll just unbag all these pieces so you guys can see them. What's good about me doing this unboxing video is later on I can figure out where all these pieces go. This looks like his rocket launcher. Put that back in there. And this one looks like the gun, his hand cannon. Yeah, that's the hand cannon right there. Very cool. Pretty good detail. You know, his hand is tiny. Okay. I'll show you guys this one again. And this is the piece that I think is broken. Oh, another piece fell off of it. I think, you know, they're not broken, but I just think, what you can see here is the glue actually failed from it. Like it pushes in, but it'll just probably fall right off. Yeah, it's very loose. Yeah, well, we'll figure this piece out later. I'm just gonna leave it there for now. All right, we have this piece here. Oh, that's his other hand. Well, that's very cool. Oh, sorry, my hands are really dry. I should have probably put on some cream before I did this video. Sorry, guys. All right, I am probably... Oh, no, that's okay. I have a feeling that the grappling hook might be a little delicate. And so I'm just going to leave that one there for now. And there's a piece in here. I'm doing this one-handed. I gotta hold the phone. So I should probably get a head cam or something. No idea what that is. We'll figure that out sooner or later. There's a cover here. Oh, yeah, I guess that's the other door. Oh, almost missed this piece here. Doesn't seem like there's instructions for assembly, but you know, who needs instructions anyways, right? Yeah, it's like another piece. There. That's the grappling hook. Okay. Alright, so I am going to stop the video here. I'm going to remove this top layer and then we will figure out what's underneath. Be right back. Hey guys, I'm back. So I removed the top half. I've also unbagged the doors there so you can see. It has the floor. From what I remember, it had the Martini, the original G1 action figure had the Martini Racing thing there. It has the Martini Racing colors there, but I guess they probably didn't get the licensing from Porsche. It's probably much easier to get it back then than it is now. Instead of this statue costing $399, it'd probably cost about $1,000 for the licensing from Porsche. But yeah, here's the glass, blue tinted clear glass, which is very nice. And that is the grappling hook. All right, so underneath there, we have a couple of things. I guess this is the base. I'm assuming this is Jazz here. Looks like it's the bottom of Jazz. And that looks like probably the torso of Jazz. And now that I'm looking over at this side, I forgot to pull off this cover here. No idea what that is. Oh, hey! It's Jazz's head. I think that's like the perfect G1 likeness. Even with the matches the blue glass with his visor there. Very cool. All right, I am super excited. All right, guys, I'm going to put down the camera and unbag these. I'm going to heed these warnings, fragile, fragile, and I don't want to break anything. So I will be right back. Okay, so I have now unbagged it. It was actually kind of a bitch to get this guy out of there. It's so big and clunky, so I didn't put him back in. But that's the base. Looks like a piece of Cybertron or a ship. You know, pretty amazing detail for a 1/6 scale statue. And it's a very big base for a 1/6 scale statue, actually. But right beside him, we have the legs for Jazz. And then here we have, I guess, his torso. Kind of looks like a Porsche. They probably didn't want it to look exactly like one, just due to licensing and lawsuits. But yeah, there's that blue windshield again, which is pretty cool. Well, being a car guy myself, a lot of, I don't know if you guys know, but a lot of the Honda Civics, like the EGs, the 95 hatchback Civics, they came with like a factory blue tinted glass. Not quite as blue as this, but yeah, so it's very, you know, Transformers was Japanese, drawn by Japanese, so it's very JDM, I suppose. Yeah, and this is the legs here. Carefully lift him out. Well, yeah, you can see the details on the insides of the legs. There's the fenders there. The wheels, very old school Porsche looking. Oh, and that's, I guess, the key. So that's where it keys in. That's quite a large key. So I was actually worried about this dynamic pose they have Jazz in. But looking at how it keys into the base, I have no worries whatsoever, because that looks like one sturdy peg. All right, so without further ado, I am going to set the camera back up again, and I am going to set this guy up. All right, guys, we're back. Let's start putting this thing together. Oh, this is number 70 of 500. This is the base here. Has a picture of Jazz, the number, and it's a nice touch, a little hologram. So no magnets on that peg there, just a very big peg. It's a little bit of movement, I would say about maybe like 0.5 millimeter of movement. I mean, considering how this pose is so dynamic and everything's almost on a 45-degree lean here, that's very acceptable. All right, you guys can take a look here. The paint app looks great. And there's some like squiggly black lines that they did, or like kind of like the rubber molding around the windows. But when we do some close-ups, I'll show you guys that. This is done by hand, so I'm not too worried about that. Even the black moldings on cars aren't straight. Here is the torso. And I think these little wheel wells, they insert here. For this 1/6 scale, these pegs are very kind of dinky. They look very delicate, so you just gotta take a little bit of care when inserting these. Unless you have it perfectly lined up, I wouldn't try to force it into place. Yep, the torso has a magnet here. There's a magnet here on the bottom half. Very positive lock there. This looks like an arm piece. Goes here. Nice. This is the piece that is like kind of deglued. Yeah, you can definitely tell where the glue let go. I think it could be easily fixed with a little drop of crazy glue. Hopefully it don't fall off when I put it on. Looks like it won't. Yeah, good thing that they're facing up, so these pieces, they won't fall off or fall down because gravity has them sitting on the arm there. Anyways, what's next? I guess some hands. So that hand goes there. The other hand there. Magnets, very strong. Or I think you can replace this hand with the grappling hook. I'm not sure if it actually goes on that hand. Or it's probably on this one. Ah, it's on this one. I don't know, I don't really like the grappling hook. It's a nice extra to have, I think. Better take that off, it might fall off. That's quite loose on there. I think he looks better with his blaster. Here are the doors. I'm going to show you guys a close-up of this. This door has a peg here. Sorry, I'll just try to get the camera to focus here. And then it's supposed to peg into this tiny hole in there. It looks like it's been drilled on an angle. Oh, okay. Kind of had to like push past some of the overspray of the paint there, but yeah, that's how it sits. last but not least, Jazz's head. All right. This is a good looking statue. I mean, for a 1/6 scale, it's very detailed. I think in the original Jazz from G1 action figures, the whole gun was black, but I mean, if it was a fully black gun, you wouldn't really be able to get all the details that they have accented in gold. I think it looks great, like how they did it in between the fingers. Yeah, overall, I'm very happy. I mean, they took a lot of artistic liberties with Jazz here, but I think it looks great. Yeah, considering this was done in the 80s, his original design was done in the 80s, it's about due for update, but overall the G1 essence is there, like there's no doubt about it, it is Jazz from Transformers. It looks perfect. Alright, let's do some close-ups. I'll do some close-ups with the blaster and I'll do some close-ups with the grappling gun. Here he is, guys, is Jazz. Make some close-ups on him. Very dynamic pose. He looks like he's just leaping off the base towards danger. It's a nice pose there. Almost like a muscle man pose. And let's just go straight to the base first. This is the base here. Looks like it's either a ship or a piece of Cybertron. Like a damaged piece. You know, quite detailed for a 1/6 scale. I'd probably like to see a little bit of battle damage here. Just too clean. Looks too perfect, even though it's all broken. Yeah, even underneath here, where not many people will see, they got everything, every little detail. All right. Moving up to Jazz's legs. You can see there all the gears, the wheels, very vintage Porsche-like. Earlier I was talking about like the black lines here were a little squiggly. You can kind of see it here. I mean, that's just being nitpicky. You can kind of see it there. That's okay. All in all, the paint application is done quite well. Even inside the legs here, it's the detail. And moving on to his left leg, that's the one that where it pegs in. I'll show you the little bit of movement. Not really getting any now, probably because there's so much weight going forward. This is the back of his leg there, kind of like the hydraulic piston that kind of moves his legs there. Going up to his back, you can see the windshield. You can see inside through the glass to his back. Those are the doors there. You can see the speaker, the door handles, the armrest. Very nicely done. See his arms here. His hands. There's his blaster there. Kind of see lower here. His torso. Yeah, it kind of looks like a 935 Porsche, like a Kremer. This is the arm here. Rocket launcher. Doors again, the front. And you can just see Jazz's head. Very nice. Yeah. Overall, I'm extremely happy with this. Again, Jazz, I'm a little biased because Jazz is one of my favorite characters from Transformers G1. Yeah, hopefully this video helped. I'm going to do another shot with the grappling hook. So be right back. Alright guys, I have switched out his right hand with holding the blaster, now with the grappling hook. As you can see close up here, kind of like his hand disappears, then the grappling hook or the winch shows up. And you can see it's a little metal wire there. It comes out, it's a little, and this is a little loose, but I mean, just pegs straight on into this wire here. What's nice about the grappling hook is you can see, once you have it mounted on, you can see a lot more of, kind of, if you display it like this, you can see a lot more of Jazz's frontage. Whereas the blaster is very large, it kind of blocks out the fore and kind of part of his face. So you'd have to kind of display him more like this. But with the grappling hook, at all angles, you can see a lot of Jazz's front features. I don't particularly like the grappling gun. I'll definitely display him with the blaster, but it's always nice to have the option and the switch out. Yeah. So all in all, I'm very happy. The paint application is great. He is 1/6 scale, so he stands about 16 to 17 inches tall. The base is quite large. I think probably measures about 12 inches to 13 inches wide and deep. Overall, he's a great looking piece. Only limited to 500. Yeah, so if you guys are on the fence, I think it's quite nice, especially if you're a big fan of Jazz, G1 or Porsches. I think that this is the perfect statue for you. So click the like button, subscribe if you like, but all in all, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing and statue review, and happy collecting. Thanks guys.